วัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
Among all great men of the world who benefited mankind, none has ever spoken about who we are and why we were born. Aren't these things also important things in life?
Yes. On October 10th, 1885 or 2549 BE, one man was born into this world with a mission to make all men know who they are and realize the purpose of their existence.
And that person is Sot Mi Keo Noi, later known as his monastic name พระมงคลเทพมุนีสดจันทสโร the abbot of วัดปากน้ำภาษีเจริญ He risked his life in meditation in order to find the answer, and for that reason he is praised as the great master of our time.
Yes, due to his rediscovery of Vichar Dhammakaya, the word Dhammakaya found in many places of the earliest stratum of Buddhist scripture, Theravada. The practice and attainment lost to the world for over 2,000 years has reappeared.
And extracted from Visuddhivada, the book that keeps his teachings, in Luang Por Wat Pak Nam's words, I will teach you the Dhamma that will allow you to reach the Dhammakaya. This is a profound and difficult subject. To attain the Dhammakaya is not difficult, but at the same time, it is no easy task. It is not hard for the person who can attain it, whilst it is not easy for the one who cannot.
Yes. The text also says that one should frequently see body in body, Vedana in Vedana, Citta in Citta, Dhamma in Dhamma, altogether 4 terms.
You may want to know how does one see body in body. His explanation was that everyone possesses a human body. When one sleeps soundly, as one dreams, the refined body which has the same appearance as the human body can step out of the human body as it continues to lie on the bed. This is what he means by body in body.
In order to see this for yourself, rather than merely believe what you have heard, we would like to invite you to take the first step in seeing your inner body by practicing Dhammakaya meditation method, instructed by พระราชภาวนาวิสุทธิ์ หลวงพ่อธรรมชโย So please join us in the meditation.
หลับตาเบาๆพอสบายหลับตาเบาๆพอสบายผ่อนคลายทุกส่วนร่างกายของเรานะจ๊ะตั้งแต่กล้ามเนื้อบนใบหน้าศีรษะให้ผ่อนคลายลำคอบ่าไหล่แขนทั้งสองถึงปลายนิ้วมือให้ผ่อนคลายบริเวณลำตัวขาทั้งสองถึงปลายนิ้วเท้าให้ผ่อนคลายทั้งเนื้อทั้งตัวเลยนะจ๊ะปรับท่าทางเราให้ถูกส่วนให้มีความรู้สึกว่าผ่อนคลายสบายร่างกายตั้งแต่ลำตัวสะโพกขาทั้งสองถึงปลายนิ้วเท้านะจ๊ะให้ผ่อนคลายให้หมดทั้งเนื้อทั้งตัวสำรวจตรวจตาให้ดีขยับเนื้อขยับตัวของเราให้ดีเนี่ยเลือดลมจะได้เดินได้สะดวกนะจ๊ะ ผ่อนคลายทุกจุดแล้วก็ทำใจของเรานะให้เบิกบานให้แจ่มชื่นให้สะอาดบริสุทธิ์ผ่องใสไร้กังวลในทุกสิ่งไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องอะไรก็ตามให้ปลดให้ปล่อยให้วางทำใจให้ว่างๆไม่ผูกพันกับคนสัตว์สิ่งของใดๆทั้งสิ้นทำประหนึ่งว่าเราอยู่คนเดียวในโลกไม่เคยมีเครื่องผูกพันเลยทั้งคนทั้งสัตว์ทั้งสิ่งของธุรกิจการงานบ้านช่องการศึกษาเล่าเรียนหรือเรื่องอะไรที่นอกเหนือจากนี้นะปล่อยวางให้หมดนะจ๊ะเราจะช่วยทำให้เราฟุ้งน้อยจนกระทั่งมันไม่ฟุ้งมันจะปลดมันจะปล่อยมันจะวางไปเลยแล้วก็คิดว่าเราก็ต้องตายวันนี้เวลานี้เรายังมีชีวิตอยู่เรายังรักษาลมหายใจเข้าออกได้แต่พรุ่งนี้มะรืนนี้เราไม่ทราบเพราะฉะนั้นเราจะเตรียมตัวของเราอย่างไรดีเนี่ยที่เราจะมีสรณะที่พึ่งที่ระลึกที่แท้จริงได้ซึ่งตอนนี้เราได้รับทราบแล้วว่าพระรัตนตรัยเท่านั้นแหละคือที่พึ่งที่ระลึกที่แท้จริงของเราสิ่งอื่นไม่ใช่เรายังมีความรู้อีกว่าท่านอยู่ในกลางกายของเราตรงศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่7กลางท้องเหนือสะดือขึ้นมา2 นิ้วมือแล้วก็เราก็ยังมีความรู้ว่าเราจะเข้าถึงท่านได้นั่นแหละต้องอาศัยใจเนี่ยหยุดนิ่งอยู่ที่ศูนย์กลางกายฐานที่7อย่างสบายๆการให้โอกาสกับตัวเราเองทำความเพียรอย่างถูกหลักวิชาจากครั้งละ1 นาทีเนี่ยมันก็จะค่อยๆเพิ่มพูนไป2 นาที3 นาทีมันก็ขยายเวลาเพิ่มขึ้นเราได้เดินไปข้างหน้าอยู่ตลอดเวลาลุกหน้าเข้าไปเรื่อยๆก็เท่ากับว่าเราใกล้ไปสู่จุดหมายปลายทางเข้าไปเรื่อยๆเพราะฉะนั้นเราหยุดใจไปหยุดนิ่งๆฝึกไปเรื่อยๆอย่าไปท้ออย่าไปฮึดฮัดเอาจริงเอาจังเกินไปให้ทำใจหลวมๆเหมือนเราสวมเสื้อผ้าหลวมๆกันนะประคองไปเรื่อยๆประคองใจไปภาวนาสัมมาอรหังให้มันติดไปจนกระทั่งเราเก็บเอาไปฝันอย่างนั้นตื่นหลับฝันมีแต่คำภาวนาที่มันติดไปจนกว่าจะถึงจุดที่ถึงฝั่งของสมาธิแล้วเห็นดวงใสแล้วเราก็ไม่จำเป็นต้องใช้คำภาวนาต่อไปเพราะฉะนั้นพอเรามานั่งเพราะเริ่มจะมีอารมณ์อยากจะนั่งอีกตอนนี้เราก็จะอยากได้ประสบการณ์เก่าๆที่เราเคยได้แต่ความอยากตอนนี้มันจะรุนแรง รุนแรงจนกระทั่งกลายเป็นความลุ้นเร่งเพ่งและก็จ้องซึ่งพอความรู้สึกนี้เกิดขึ้นลมมันก็หยาบลมในตัวกายก็หยาบใจก็หยาบพอใจหยาบมันก็ไปสู่ที่ละเอียดไม่ได้ดวงธรรมใสๆนั่นเป็นของละเอียดเมื่อเครื่องส่งกับเครื่องรับเนี่ยมันมีความละเอียดไม่เท่ากันอายตนะมันไม่ตรงกันมันก็ไปถึงไม่ได้อันนี้แหละคือสิ่งที่ผู้ที่ชราใจจะได้รับถ้าเคยได้แล้วก็ปล่อยปละละเลยไม่ทำต่อมันเหมือนเป็นการลงทันกับตัวเราเองเนี่ยโดยความทุกข์ทรมานว่าสิ่งที่เราเคยได้และเข้าถึงแล้วทำไมเราไม่ได้อีกทั้งที่สิ่งนั้นก็ยังมีอยู่ที่เดิมและพร้อมที่จะให้เราเห็นได้ตลอดเวลาในเพราะความประมาทและชราใจสำหรับผู้ที่เคยเข้าถึงแล้วนะเพราะฉะนั้นถ้าเราเข้าถึงแล้วก็ต้องหวงแหนเอาไว้รักษาเอาไว้จากการทำใจหยุดนิ่งดูไปเรื่อยๆทั้งหลับตาลืมตาในทุกอิริยาบถและทุกกิจกรรมไม่ว่าจะครองเรือนออกกำลังกายทำมาหากินศึกษาเล่าเรียนหรือทำอะไรก็แล้วแต่แล้วก็ตรึกไปในสุดมันก็จะติดเป็นอัตโนมัติเมื่อติดเป็นอัตโนมัติแล้วเราจะไปหกเขมรตีลังกาอย่างไรเนี่ยมันก็ยังเห็นอยู่จะหลับตาลืมตาจะพูดจะคุยจะติดต่อธุรกิจการงานมันก็ยังเห็นอยู่ภายในซึ่งมันจะแบ่งออกมาภายนอกครึ่งหนึ่งแล้วอยู่ภายในครึ่งหนึ่งเองเป็นอัตโนมัติคล้ายๆกับว่าดวงธรรมใสๆที่เราเข้าถึงนั้นเป็นอวัยวะส่วนหนึ่งของชีวิตจิตใจของเราเหมือนดวงตาจมูกใบหูก็เป็นอวัยวะส่วนหนึ่งร่างกายนี่ก็เหมือนกันแต่หลังจากนั้นก็เราก็ฝึกหยุดนิ่งไปเรื่อยๆที่กลางดวงนั้นฝึกไปทำความคุ้นเคยกันไปเรื่อยๆพอคุ้นเคยหนักเข้าเดี๋ยวมันก็จะถูกดึงแล้วก็ดูดเข้าไปสู่ภายในแล้วก็เรื่องราวดีๆก็จะเกิดขึ้นจะถูกเปิดเผยขึ้นหัวใจเราดิ่งเข้าไปสู่ภายในและขยายไปทุกทิศทุกทางเราจะเข้าถึงดวงธรรมใสๆกายภายในที่ใสๆกายของตัวเราเองส่องกระจกก็เห็นแต่นั้นก็ยังไม่ใช่แต่ว่าเวลาหลับแล้วฝันเห็นนั่นแหละใช่แต่ตื่นมาแล้วมันอยู่ตรงไหนก็เราไม่รู้แต่ถ้าหยุดนิ่งแล้วเข้าถึงได้ถึงจะรู้ว่าอยู่ตรงนี้เองเนี่ยเป็นชีวิตภายในกายละเอียดกายละเอียดมนุษย์ละเอียดนี่เนี่ยมันจะมีภพภูมิของเขาภพภูมิของกายมนุษย์ละเอียดและในกายมนุษย์ก็มีกายทิพย์ซึ่งก็เป็นภพภูมิของกายทิพย์ที่จะสื่อสารกันได้ติดต่อเชื่อมโยงกับผู้ที่มีกายอย่างนี้กายทิพย์พรหมอรูปพรหมอะไรต่างๆเหล่านั้นก็จะมีภพมีภูมิอยู่กระทั่งก้าวถึงกายธรรมเพราะฉะนั้นหลักตอนนี้มันก็อยู่ที่ว่าทำอย่างไรเนี่ยใจถึงจะหยุดถึงจะนิ่งได้ดังนั้นในช่วงนี้นะจ๊ะเราฝึกให้ใจวางเบาๆ ค่อยๆประคับประคองวางเบาๆนึกถึงของใสๆเป็นดวงหรือองค์พระใสๆเทียบเคียงกับความใสของสิ่งที่เราเคยเห็นนั่นนะใสของกระจกของน้ำหรือของเพชรหรือความใสสว่างของดวงดาวในอากาศเราก็ค่อยๆนิ่งๆแต่อย่าเผลอกดลูกในตาไปดูนะจ๊ะอย่าเผลอทำนิ่งๆนิ่งๆอย่างเดียวให้ใจได้สัมผัสกับความนิ่งในสมบูรณ์หยุดกันนิ่งจะภาวนาสัมมาอรหังสัมมาอรหังเรื่อยไปหรือจะไม่ภาวนาก็แล้วแต่ใจเราสมัครเอานะจ๊ะสมัครใจอย่างไรก็เอาอย่างนั้นเราลองทำกันดูผ่อนคลายใจนิ่งนุ่มเบาๆสบายฝึกกันไปนะจ๊ะ
The new era began with the most venerable Luang Pu Sotjan Thasaro's rediscovery of the Dhammakaya knowledge of the Lord Buddha on the full moon night on the 11th lunar month 1917. Before dying, he assigned his number one student, Kunyai Maharatana Ubasikajjan Konok Yung, to pass this knowledge to the next generation, the most venerable Luang Por Tamashayo, the abbot of the Dhammakaya temple.
Yes. On October 10, 2010, which marks the 126th anniversary of the Great Master's birthday, Luang Por Tamashayo completed a great journey, a series of locations now physically preserve the Dhammakaya.
The project's aim was to record the history of Luang Por Wat Pak Nam in relation to Visha Dhammakaya. This journey begins at Wat Phra Dhammakaya and then to Song Pinong, Suphanburi, the place where he was born. After that, we come to Wat Bot Bon Bang Ko Vieng in Nonthaburi province, the place where he attained the Dhammakaya, and then the place where he first preached and obtained 7 disciples, Wat Bang Pla in Nakhon Pathom province, and finally we come to Wat Pak Nam Pasi Jarin, where he took his position as the abbot until the end of his days. Each of these places is enshrined with a monument, a golden statue of Luang Por.
On October 10, 2010, there was a call for an assembly of Dhammakaya's followers at Song Pinong, Suphanburi province to attend the grand opening of Luang Por Wat Pak Nam's Memorial Hall. Since Chana has the opportunity to attend this auspicious event, I'm sure she would like to share the story and merit with anyone who could not make it.
Certainly, but before I proceed to deal with the atmosphere of the event, I would like to draw your attention to today's interview. We have invited Joy Mara to talk on her Katina Samrit. You may remember that last year we had Sabrina Capps come to our program and talk about this. And this year, we also, Joy also decided to hold a Katina Samrit. We'll find out what she plans to do in the interview. Sawadee ka. As you know, we are approaching the end of the rain retreat or the Buddhist Lent, which means it is now the season for the Katina ceremonies. Today, we have with us in our studio Joy Mer. She's been going to the temple since she was very young and has been inspired and motivated by meditation. And this year is a very special year for her. Not only is she graduating from high school, but she's also set herself to embark on a new challenge, which is to be the leader of a Katina Summit ceremony. So if you're ready, let's go and meet Joy together. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
So first of all, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I first came to the temple with my mother when I was 9 or 10, and that was when we were on vacation. We were taking kind of like an Asia trip. We went to Thailand. Well, we came to Thailand. We went to Indonesia, Bali. Yeah, so we came to Bangkok, and it was quite a journey before I first met the temple. So we came to Bangkok, and one of my mother's friends had married a Thai lady, and she knew that my mother had been meditating for around 20 years then. So she wanted to introduce my mother to this temple that focused especially on meditation and Dhamma talks. So my mother went there, and she came back just like this bundle of joy. It's just there was something in her that I had never experienced before, to that amount, to that extent. And so I was really curious. I'm like, you know, what happened? So she brought me to the temple, and the first thing that I had seen was the chapel.
This was how many years ago?
Around 9, yeah, so 9 years ago. So we walked into the chapel, and we had been to a lot of other temples then, but they were more traditional. So all the Buddha statues were more just.
The chapels would be very elaborate, very in the Thai style,
and stuff. And, I liked it, you know. Just so I walked into this chapel in Dhammakaya, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is it! Like, we're here, you know, this is it. We have to stay here. Yeah, so I was very inspired, definitely.
So about the Katina Summit, how did this project come about?
It started a year ago. My mother and I and her friends were sitting in Dream and Dream with Everett, and he was talking about this little, it was around the same time of year. And he was talking about this little boy, he was around 6, I think, I'm not sure, from Hong Kong, and how he memorized the Pali text of Katina chanting, and he had collected donations and everything, and I was just really like, wow, you know, that's amazing, and I felt really happy and stuff, and it was a great, you know, great mood, everyone happy, and then the Everett kind of turns to me, and he goes, so Joy, he kind of puts it together in a sense, Joy and Katina. And I was just going, yeah, ha 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 ha.
He left it to you to make the connection.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, Mom made the connection faster than I did. I just kind of, you know, laughed it off, like, yeah, that's great, you know, yay. And then my mom really, you know, pursued it, like, every day. Like, she was like, oh yeah, you should really, you know, take this opportunity to do it and stuff. And he meant it in a serious way. For you to be the first international student, to, you know, bring your friends to see this and stuff, and, you know, to fundraise and stuff. Yeah. And to help support the temple that supported you throughout so many years.
Right, so finally you agreed to do it. And where is this going to be held?
Around 2 months ago we began planning, and the temple staff, which kindly helped me organize it, found a temple in Ayutthaya.
Which is about an hour from
about an hour,
the Dhammakaya temple.
Yeah. And the abbot also is a follower of the Dhammakaya temple, so that's really nice. It's a great connection to have there. So he was very open to it. The date is set for the 6th of November, which is a Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah, so it'll be held in the afternoon.
The temple itself is called Wat Sawan, right? And I understand that you're taking many of your friends and your teachers from school.
Yeah, I plan to. The temple can fit 200 people, so I'm planning to take, I don't know, 70 or so. Let's see.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I go to boarding, so boarding itself has around boys and girls put together around 110. So that's not all of them will come, but I'll be presenting the idea to them. I think the upcoming weekend. And also just my close friends in senior and junior years. I'll be inviting them, like Thai students, Chinese, Japanese, British, American, European.
You're also conducting the ceremony in 3 different languages.
Yeah.
I understand.
One of the challenges actually that Albert gave me was that it should be an international ceremony, and international meaning that I'd be doing the katina chanting in Thai, in Pali, traditional, and English. So that means without a script. So
That is quite a challenge.
That's quite a challenge. So all that drama technique, I'm just gonna put into remembering lines. So I'm working on that.
And your friends, they're being in this international community, probably they're not quite familiar with the teachings of the Lord Buddha as we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you do anything to familiarize them with?
For this, I decided that me and my mom have a lot of experience in presenting the Dhammakaya, meditation, this religious aspect to foreigners. So I've approached it at a little a more simple angle for them. I've told them that this is a charity and this is kind of like a fundraiser, and it's a ceremony that I'd be hosting at a temple to raise money for the temple to renovate.
Make renovations.
Yeah, make renovations, and also for the locals.
Also, the temple in Ayutthaya, many of the temples have been affected
by the flood.
the recent flood.
By the recent floodings.
Yes.
Yeah. So I hope that we'll be able to raise enough money to also help those temples as well that need it. And I told them that if they're reluctant to give any financial aid, it's not just about that. It's about your time, your presence. That's also very important to be there and to support me on the day.
To be a friend. Would you mind sharing with us the order of the day? What's going to happen on November 6th?
So the ceremony begins at around 2 o'clock, but the transport will be the buses will be leaving from the Dhammakaya temple at 12:30. So we're I think that it'd take almost an hour. Normally it takes 40 minutes, but until the people get here and stuff. So we'll be arriving there at 1:30, and then the ceremony begins. So everyone can take their seat and stuff. And I think there's some lunch provided as well. So the ceremony will begin at 2 o'clock, in which we will then take the katina robe and walk around the chapel of the temple. Yeah, and then at 2:30, I'll be giving the katina chanting in 3 languages, and also as kind of like an extra for my guests, I'd be giving a speech as to why, how important this is, just in case I don't miss out, that they misinterpret anything.
Okay, and so for any of our viewers who want to make contributions, how can they do that?
They can do it in 2 ways. They can either call Pimoy, who is helping me out with this.
Right.
And they can call her under +66 827006443.
Right, and you can also make direct donation via the bank account from Siam Commercial Bank. Account number is 0005 162-894. Well, I have to ask you, is there anything in particular that you want to achieve from your Katina Samrit ceremony?
The main kind of personal issue for me is taking on this challenge. was that I felt it was very important that, it's my final year. I'm not sure if I won't be pursuing a university in Thailand. So I felt it was really important for me to do
To
something.
leave a landmark.
To leave a landmark, yeah, like a path, and kind of like this idea of a pioneer, the first one to do it, so that the path left behind is easier for other people to then follow in the footsteps, which is really great because, once it's set in stone here, it can then, travel to other countries as well, like Dhammakaya did. So I think that's really important.
Right, and lastly, do you have anything to say to your mother, who's been very supportive of you through your path in meditation, in almost everything, and especially for this project?
Yeah, especially for this project. If it hadn't been for her, if she hadn't been the one pushing me, I would have continued to take it as, I wouldn't have taken it seriously. And I thank her. Sometimes mothers tell you something and it's like, yeah, right, Mom, like that's never gonna happen. Like you gotta just dismiss it until now where it's like, oh yeah, you're right, thank you for encouraging me. Thank you for believing in me when I didn't or when I couldn't. So she's been like a part of my inspiration to do it as well.
Okay, and also any messages that you want to send to Long Pa?
For Long Pa, I'd like to thank for this opportunity for me to grasp a chance at doing something as great as this is. As well as, even if I am leaving soon, it doesn't matter if I'm near or far. Like, I'll always be here, and that if he has anything for me to do, any jobs, any work, any missions, any challenges, like this, I'd definitely take them on. It be they big or small, like, bring it on, like, yeah.
Well, so I hope you all the success with your Katina Sumrit ceremony and everything you do in the future. I hope you complete all your missions.
Me too.
And I like to Anumotana Brun said too. Thank you very much for coming on our show today.
It was an honor.
So you've heard what she has to say. I do hope that you join me in supporting her in this very good project. Thank you for tuning in to the interview session. สวัสดีค่ะ
Let's wish her success. Shana, would you please continue your story on the grand opening of Luang Pu Wat Pak Nam's Memorial Hall? We would love to hear about that.
Well, the event started with Luang Pa saying, Prarasawanmoli, the chairman of the ceremony. This venerated monk happens to be a meditation student of Luang Pa Wat Pak Nam. Despite the heat, the day went with great joy. Some people went early in the morning and stay all day, but most of them went after attending the meditation at Wat Pratammakaya, as my brother and I did.
Yes, I heard that there was a link broadcast between the Memorial Hall in Phanburi Province and Wat Pratammakaya in Pathum Thani Province to the global audiences.
Right. And before leaving, I went inside the Memorial Hall to pay a tribute to the great master. A question came to my mind. How many world celebrities have had their likenesses cast larger than life in solid gold? I think it's a great demonstration of the reverence that millions of meditators have for the contributions of this distinguished monk.
Yes. Also, he is widely known for the miracles surrounding the amulets he made. His biography reveals the determination and strength of character of the meditation master who, with wholehearted dedication, revived the status of Buddhism in Thailand today.
He taught us to invest in moral deeds, just like the Lord Buddha expounded. Having performed and accumulated meritorious deeds in one's previous existence is a factor of or a step to self-improvement.
After the Dhamma talk of Venerable Sander on signs of gratitude, we will come back to get acquainted with meritorious deeds in the sense that the great master taught us.
sometimes we can say there are some parts of gratitude that do not really have to do with people around us. It could be the things around us, the benefits that we have received in general, the fortunate circumstances that we are in. This is also a form of gratitude. In Buddhism, we might call this being aware of the merits that you have received, which comes from the good deeds that we have done in the past. Another part of this gratitude is, of course, the people around us, what other people have done, the benefits that other people have done to us, the favors that people have done. To be aware of that. It turned out that the group that wrote these diaries was, of course, then compared with a control group. And this control group didn't write anything. They just continued their normal life. It turned out that the group who wrote the gratitude diaries actually had more encouragement, more inspiration, more courage in life. They felt more alert, were able to deal with problems better, and they had better health as a result as well. They had, if they set certain goals in life, of things they wanted to attain in life, they had more encouragement to accomplish these goals. More than the group that didn't write anything. They didn't develop their awareness about gratitude. Emmons even went so far as to compare this group who wrote the gratitude diaries with another group that just compared themselves with others in a downward way. That means what you might call downward comparison. So, for example, I'm rich, but you are poor. I'm smart, but you are not smart. I graduated at Harvard. I didn't, but for example. And you didn't graduate at Harvard or something like that. And there would be one group of people writing these kind of things, which is not really gratitude. It's just comparing yourself with others. Trying to might also be motivated by some arrogance or a motivation that is not very positive. And this group, some people might say, this group is also looking at the world from a positive perspective, trying to, boost their ego or something like that. But actually, this group didn't encounter the same benefits. This group actually wasn't experiencing all the benefits that the group who wrote the diaries of gratitude experienced. So the people who wrote about their experiences of gratitude, oh, this person has given me a lot, that person has helped me a lot, I have received many benefits in my life. They had a lot more, they gained a lot more from that experience of writing a diary than the group that just write a diary to boost their ego. In other words, just the habit of being aware of what people do to us in terms of the benefits that we have received, the small favors that people have done to us. All of these things, to just be aware of that, already has a great impact on our lives. So that the people in the past said, count your blessings, was actually a very good advice. Sometimes we find it difficult to count our blessings. We feel that when we are faced with obstacles, with problems in life, that we tend to look at things negatively, complaining about this, about that. Sometimes it's not like we think negative, but it's just like we like to complain. So our thoughts become negative as a result. Whenever we meet some people, we just feel that this or that person is the sort of person I'd like to complain with. I like to vent my feelings. So this is something that we might feel we are used to. So when someone says count your blessings, you feel that's kind of something that is very far-fetched or something you cannot get connected with. But actually this is some practice. Many things in life, virtues, strengths of character, are all habits. Not just many, all of them, in fact. When you think regularly in a certain way until it becomes a habit, that becomes our character. When it becomes our character, it starts to determine our lives. Our habits are so important that every single deed that we do and that we do and affirm our habits is very valuable. The Buddha, he said that every small deed that we do is very valuable. Every small good deed. And he compared it with a big water jar, big jar of water. Even though when it rains, just only one drop of rain falls in it every time. It's all those drops of rain that slowly fill up this jar. When it rains, it's not like it's raining and it's coming down like it's pouring down like that, like a big flood of water or something like that. When it rains, normally it just rains one drop at a time. But when it rains for a long time, the jar of water will be filled. The same way when we do good every day, step by step, starting with the small things in life, then we can change our thoughts. So the way we shape our lives is very much determined on the way we shape our thoughts. There is a well-known story about this from the Tipitaka, or the Buddhist scriptures. One monk was called Puna. And Puna was a monk that he wanted to go back to his home country, which was far away from where he was living now. Well, it was a certain distance. And he felt that he would like to go back to his home country. But before he went back, according to tradition, he took his leave and went to see the Buddha to take his leave. So he went to see the Buddha, and the Buddha asked him, "Are you ready? Are you ready to go back there?" The Buddha asked him about that, because the country where he was staying, where he was going back to, was very cruel. The people there were very fierce. Sometimes they would kill people. Sometimes some monks would be abused by the people there. So living with such cruel and fierce people would be difficult. But Puna wanted to go back to his home country. It's difficult to really determine very clearly what his purpose was, but it may be that he wanted to do something back for his home country. Because it was a lot more comfortable to meditate in the place that he was staying. And yet he wanted to go back to his home country. So he then asked the Buddha to go. And the Buddha asked him, "Are you ready?" And he asked him the very simple question: if you go back to your home country, what if they abuse you? What if they revile you? What will you do? And he said, "Oh, that's okay. Because if they abuse me, at least they haven't hit me with the fist yet. They haven't hit me yet. Haven't given me any blow with the fist yet." And the Buddha said, "Well, but if they blow you then, if they hit you with their fists, what will you do?" Well, if that happens, he said, I will think that it's okay because at least they haven't hit me with a clod yet. What if they hit you with a clod? Well, at least they haven't hit me with a rod yet. What if they hit you with a rod? Very cruel. They hit you with rods and you might get hurt a lot. That's okay because I still am alive. Still alive. At least they haven't hit me, they haven't cut me down with a knife yet. But what if they start to cut you with knives, to pierce you with knives? Maybe the knives are not that sharp. But if they are sharp knives, what will you do? You might not survive. And Puna said to the Buddha, oh, but if they pierce me with their knives, I will not survive. Then I will think that some people, they like to commit suicide. They look for someone to help them commit suicide all their lives. But I don't have to look for anyone. So from the perspective of someone wanting to commit suicide, I'm not that bad off. Actually, he didn't want to commit suicide, of course, but he just looked at it from a positive perspective. When the Buddha heard these answers, he said, okay, Puna, you can go. I have nothing more to ask. So Puna went back to his own country. And when he went back, he was very successful in both his duties as a monk and his duties as a teacher. As a teacher, which usually go hand in hand with the personal duties as a monk. So he managed to attain the Dhamma and became an Arahat, enlightened one. At the same time, he was able to teach many people there and to set up Buddhism in his home country. At a certain point, he built a big hut for the Buddha. Well, we don't know if it's big, but it was very nice, very beautiful. And he sent a flower to the Buddha to let him know that he built a hut for him. So he was like this. He always looked at the positive side. In the most difficult circumstances, when his life was threatened all the time, he would always look at the positive side. So we can train ourselves like this as well. Every day that we practice to look at the positive side, this becomes a habit that we can slowly accumulate. Suppose we are sitting for meditation and we feel some pain in our knees, we can think that, well, at least I still have legs. If I have pain in my knees, that means my legs are still working. It's better than not having any legs at all, right? But if you feel ill when you're meditating, you might think that, well, when you are ill, then that means you have to take good care of your illness. By meditating, you can bring more balance into your meditation, into more balance between your body and mind. So it's good to meditate when you are ill. In this way, we can always find a good reason to do good. And we can look at those things, those benefits that we have received, even when they are very little, that the people of old said, count your blessings.
Gratitude is the sign of a good person. In order to succeed in your relationship with others, you must associate yourself with someone who shows gratitude to their family and others.
Yes. Often, when others see the acts of meritorious deeds being performed by the masses of the Dhammacaya's followers, they think, why, how, and they wonder, is this enthusiasm real? Peanut, do you know why people feel this way?
I think this happens because of a lack of understanding of the people in our concept of cultivating the maximum merit as the goal of life. According to หลวงพ่อวัดปากน้ำ meritorious deeds are viewed as virtues that one should cultivate in order to reach the attainment of enlightenment.
And for a better understanding, Tina, we can tell our audience that in a Buddhist context, there are two ways of performing meritorious deeds. Meritorious deeds as casual acts of kindness without a definite aim or strong resolution, and meritorious deeds with a definite aim and strong resolution. The second kind of meritorious deed is virtue or barami, and this is what one needs to break the chain of rebirth.
Yes, I think meritorious deeds in the first category are like the money you earn and spend freely. Nothing much will be left after you spend it. Meritorious deeds in the second category are like the money you earn and put it in your saving account. Over a long period of time, your saving will increase by compound interest. It can be spent on a constructive purpose.
You could say that. And the reason Dhammakaya followers appear strange to some people is because they perform meritorious deeds with defense aim, strong resolution, and great enthusiasm rather than a casual deed. You can see these great performances in our Enlightened Living episodes, and now it is time to watch the next episode.
Yes.
หนึ่งในขุนรบพระนิพพาน วชิราเทพามาศแม้จะมีหน้าที่รับผิดชอบมากมายในการบริหารงานสถาบันภาษามีเดียคิดส์ซึ่งดำเนินงานเกี่ยวกับโครงการภาษาอังกฤษให้กับโรงเรียนมัธยมทั่วประเทศแต่คุณวชิราเทพามาศในฐานะประธานบริษัทก็ไม่เคยละเลยที่จะให้เวลากับหน้าที่สำคัญของชีวิตในฐานะยอดนักสร้างบารมีด้วยเช่นกันด้วยการทำหน้าที่ยอดกัลยาณมิตรแบบเอาชีวิตเป็นเดิมพันในการสั่งสมบุญทุกรูปแบบทั้งทำด้วยตนเองและชักชวนผู้คนรอบข้างให้มาสร้างความดีอย่างเต็มที่เต็มกำลัง
จากการที่เราเข้าวัดได้ทำบุญกฐินใช่ไหมคะ2 โมดูลเป็นความปลื้มใจมากๆเลยก็ alert นะคะทีนี้เราก็ดูหลวงพ่อใช่ไหมคะพอต่อมาหลวงพ่อก็ชวนทำอีกใช่ไหมคะสร้างพระประธานไปศรีลังกาอย่างนี้ใช่ไหมคะก็สร้างไปกับท่านเพราะว่าท่านเปิดเพลง1 ใน 100ใช่ไหมคะก็อยากเป็น1 ใน 100กับท่านใช่ไหมคะมันก็เป็นการปูความคิดเราค่ะขึ้นไปแล้วก็สร้างองค์พระแล้วก็มาสร้างองค์พระธรรมกายประจำตัวช่วงเดือนเมษาอีกใช่ไหมคะทีนี้ก็ไปเรื่อยๆจนถึงสิ้นปีก็กฐินหลวงปู่หล่อทองหลวงปู่ใช่ไหมคะพอหล่อทองหลวงปู่เนี่ยเราก็ตั้งเลยทีนี้ก็เริ่มมีประสบการณ์ละจากการที่เราก็เริ่มเข้าวัดมาได้ประมาณปีหนึ่งแล้วเราก็รู้ละทีนี้หล่อทองหลวงปู่ก็เลือกทีนี้จะทำเท่าไหร่ต้องตั้งคำถามใช่ไหมคะทำเท่าไหร่ปุ๊บแกนกลางหลวงปู่อะไรอยากอยู่ในแกนกลางหลวงปู่ใช่ไหมคะทำใดที่หลวงปู่ท่านรู้เนี่ยเราอยากรู้ทำนั้นกับหลวงปู่ด้วยเราก็ต้องเลือกละที่สุดของเราอยู่ตรงไหนเราก็อะไรที่เขาว่าเป็นที่สุดเราก็ทำก็คือแกนกลางหลวงปู่ 5M ใช่ไหมคะเราก็ทำตรงนี้พอทำเสร็จปุ๊บใช่ไหมคะแต่เวลาของกฐินนะคะยังไม่หมดไงคะเราก็มีความรู้สึกว่าถ้าจะทำอีกก็ไม่มีละไม่รู้จะเข้ามาตรงไหนละอย่างเงี้ยค่ะทีนี้ตรงนี้ก็เลยคิดว่าตอนนี้เราไม่มีแล้วทุกๆครั้งที่เราทำเนี่ยที่เราตั้งใจจะทำเนี่ยเราจะประเมินตัวเองแต่ครั้งนี้ไม่มีแล้วแต่เราอยากที่จะก้าวขึ้นไปอีกขั้นหนึ่งของความสำเร็จนะคะคนที่จะประสบความสำเร็จเนี่ยเขาทำยังไงถ้าสมมติว่าภาพที่อยู่ข้างหน้าเนี่ยมันคือมองไม่เห็นหนทางเลยว่าเราจะทำได้ยังไงอีกที่เราตั้งใจไว้เราก็เลยคิดว่า เราต้องคิดให้เหนือก็เลยตั้งใจทั้งที่ไม่รู้ว่าจำมาได้ยังไงตั้งใจว่าจะทำอีก 5M นะคะด้วยความตั้งใจตรงเนี้ยโดยที่ไม่คิดหาเหตุผลเลยก็คือพยายามเต็มที่ในตรงนี้ตั้งใจแล้วก็อธิษฐานขอบุญบารมีที่เราสั่งสมมานะคะทั้งหมดในทุกๆบุญแล้วก็ขอบารมีพระเดชพระคุณหลวงปู่นะคะแล้วก็ใช้ตรงนี้ค่ะใช้ความรู้สึกที่เรามีความตั้งใจอย่างเต็มที่ที่จะทำแล้วก็ขอบารมีท่านอธิษฐานด้วยความตั้งใจตรงนี้ค่ะมันก็ทำให้เราค่อยๆหาทรัพย์มาแล้วก็ค่อยๆถวายได้เต็มอีกมันเป็นเรื่องที่แบบมันนึกไม่ได้เลยค่ะว่าเราจะได้มาได้ยังไงถ้าเรามัวมานึกอยู่นะคะมันก็จะไม่สามารถเลยที่จะเกิดสิ่งนี้ขึ้นมาได้คือไม่รู้จะอธิบายยังไงมันไม่รู้จะอธิบายยังไงคือครั้งเนี้ยถือว่าที่สำเร็จมาได้เนี่ยด้วยความที่เราเชื่อมั่นในบุญแล้วก็อานุภาพหลวงปู่อย่างเดียวเลยถ้าด้วยความคิดหรือสติปัญญาของเราแล้วเนี่ยคิดไม่ได้เลยค่ะว่าจะได้เงินมาได้ยังไงค่ะแต่ตอนนั้นเองก็คือมันก็เหมือนกับไม่ได้มีอะไรเกิดขึ้นในชีวิตเลยนะคะแต่เงินก็ไหลเข้ามามันก็ไหลเข้ามาเราก็ค่อยๆถวายโดยที่เราก็ไม่รู้ว่ามันมาจากไหนจนถึงเดี๋ยวนี้ย้อนกลับไปเราก็งงเหมือนกันว่าทำไม่ได้ยังไงแต่ก็ทำสำเร็จจนได้
The positive spiritual energy in your mind built up by good deeds such as generosity, self-discipline, and meditation will help bring fulfillment to your wishes in life.
For a happy life and a life with purpose, we owe our deep gratitude to the great master, Luang Por Wat Pak Nam. We hope that you have learned something useful from our show. I am Sananpon Dotsan.
And I'm Narapon Chantra Kunsari. Thank you for your watching our show today. See you again next week. Goodbye.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ